I have small hands, and those netbooks kill my fingers. They're too small.
All right, let's just show them how
All right, I'm 4'11".
And I'm like almost
six.
I'm
You're
like
6.
6 to 6'1". I'm not sure.
You gotta be taller than that.
This is like.
Hold on, no, let's show it from the other end. Let's show it from the other end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that being said, even netbook keyboards are too small for my slender hands.
Girly hands.
Slender hands, you bitch.
Girly hands.
All right. So.
But then now there's actually an issue because netbooks and notebooks are kind of coming together from a functionality standpoint. Yeah. And there's going to be a basic all-out war in operating systems now between what's lightweight enough, what's feature-rich enough, what's powerful enough, what has enough battery longevity. And once you start seeing, you're going to eventually see a winner. Who thinks is which product is more popular? Then you're going to start seeing things going away. So
yeah, I think the game changer is going to be a 10-inch to a 13-inch tablet that lasts 5 hours, could stream, runs Flash, and just does everything a laptop could do today. Because tablets can't say that.
Yes, actually, well, they can, but the longevity is just still an issue.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Battery life is part of that. Part of that.
The battery life is a big thing.
Yeah,
want it to be.
But that's going to be developed probably next year or so, or less actually, where you start seeing more tablets come out with maybe a Windows interface that has all the applications you could possibly want and get the battery life you need.
Yeah, can you imagine for like graphic artists just to have Adobe Photoshop and they're able to create using that tablet instead of having a separate tablet? I mean. Like my brother-in-law, he's a graphic artist, and he uses a tablet to draw.
Oh, you mean using that device
the stylus? The stylus.
Another computer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you have a tablet to draw something, and then you have your screen, and you're looking at what you draw. Can you imagine? You're just sketching on that. That's a game changer to have full functionality on a tablet. That's.
See, now you're starting something totally new. Now you're talking about
the
I know, but
that's where I wanted to go. That's where it's eventually driving to.
Oh, sure.
And I think
peripheral.
Yeah, but in the future, I think that's where it's all headed.
Yeah.
So I think that there's going to be a divide for a while, and I think laptops are going to win until you get to the point where, if you look at functionality-wise and battery life-wise, you can't tell the difference between a laptop and a tablet.
Well, the iPads cut a lot of market share out of the notebook department.
Yeah, dude. How much have they sold so far?
I think it was I may be wrong. Maybe I thought it was 15 million.
Yeah,
and what
that's
about
a huge segment?
Ebook readers too. I mean, that's got to be stealing a lot of their population too, because now you have something that can do both instead of having to spend $250 on a Kindle
Nook.
or a Nook or what's the Sony one, the e-reader.
Yeah, but that's
Sony
why
reader,
they slash their prices. So like Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, they cut their prices down on their e-readers.
They cut the cost of manufacturing too.
I'd have to imagine in the future an iPad's going to win out because you want one device that can hold all your stuff. You don't.
It sort of depends though, because the newest iPad is really lightweight, but the older one was much heavier than an e-reader. So after a while, people were getting tired of holding their iPad with one or two hands, and they just wanted something light.
And I've seen like the iPad in action. Like I see some people use it. Like it's nice when they put it on the desk and they write, because in my class they do that. But they really haven't found the right. Like I haven't seen anyone really find a right comfortable way to hold it.
There's a long way to go before laptops will really have to worry about losing their market share, their majority market share.
Yeah, they're still going to be prevalent in business for a while. I think mostly the cuts are coming in from the consumer market because they want something easy to use, and it's it's more portable and has more battery lifetime than a notebook. HP is also another prominent player. They have come out with their own tablet, and that's the brand new operating system.
Really?
Yeah, it's called WebOS.
Okay.
How have the reviews been for that?
Does it run Flash? That's my first question.
I don't think it does yet. I'm not sure. I haven't seen that.
We got it. The moment you could run Flash, I will jump to the tablet market because Armored Games makes fantastic Flash-based video games, and I would love to play just using my fingers.
Well, not just that, but still a lot of websites are really reliant on Flash as opposed to HTML5 because it's just been so
easier.
It's been so built into the internet market that you can't really break it free in just a couple of years. It takes time.
It's good.
All because one man doesn't want you to play free games.
Thanks, Jobs.
One man didn't want to compromise the system resources on one device that would murder it probably, even though Adobe says otherwise. I can understand why Steve Jobs would have said, let's forget about Flash because we think it's going to slow down the phone and slow down performance. At the same time, you shouldn't make the decision for the consumer. The consumer makes the decision on what happens in the market.
Steve Jobs is known for that because, I feel like he was a big forerunner in the whole getting rid of disk media, because a lot of laptop stuff, even the MacBook Air doesn't have a disk drive on it. I know they did it to cut down size, in the weight of the device.
It does cut down the weight.
But really, how often, now we have app stores and stuff. How often do you really need the disk? Most people do have the internet, so you can just download your stuff. So he did that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. People still have the Zune, but as far as I'm concerned, they killed that shit off. If you think of MP3 player, you think of the iPod.
It's not that it's a bad product. Just there's no strategy around how to make it.
And they had no momentum to build on that because the first week they had great sales. They broke into the six figures.
We're talking about the Microsoft Zune, the MP3 player, not the Motorola Zoom, which is a different product altogether.
Yeah, they broke six figures. I think their first week or 2 weeks, and they just didn't. They couldn't push that momentum. They couldn't push it past that.
There are several tablets that are coming out with the Android operating system that are noteworthy. There's the Asus Transformer, which is basically a 10.1-inch tablet running Android 3.0 Honeycomb.
Nice.
And it comes with a keyboard.
The Honeycomb's in their new.
It's the newest Android operating system, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similar to the Motorola Zoom, which just came out, I guess it was last week or this week, and was basically really expensive. So we're waiting to see what the competing products are going to look like in price.
What's expensive?
$800 without a contract.
But
$600 with the 3G contract.
That's
really?
Oh, wow.
That's
and
still expensive.
That doesn't include a keyboard or anything. It's just the tablet, I think.
Pretty.
That's steep.
I'm not sure if if that's that bad, but I think I read in the Best Buy flyer or something where it's even if you buy it, I think to use the Wi-Fi, I think you still have to pay for the data plan or something.
Yeah, you have to. It's with contract.
Well, Verizon said there are mixed messages. I haven't gone to a Verizon store to try to buy one because I'm afraid I'm actually going to come out with one. But I think the final verdict was you can.
That'd be a shame.
Yeah, it would be a shame. I'm lighting a cigar at a $100 bill, right, or whatever Alan just said.
Blame it.
Yeah, baby.
But
we're out of toilet paper. Give me can I get your purse?
I think your wife would love that. Honey, we can't have food for a week. I bought the shiny new toy.
Exactly. Definitely don't want to have that conversation.
We can look up pictures of food and we can pretend to eat it.
Shall we have macaroni and cheese now?
I mean, dude, I think you have enough ramen to last a week. I think you can do it.
Only lunch.
Oh, all right. I respect that. I respect that.
We're on a ramen binge.
Sure, there's an app for that. You just can't.
An app that feeds you? I would totally buy an iPhone.
Well, you could order just when it comes to the part of payment, then
you could just.
I don't like that system.
Yeah. No.
There's also the Asus Mimi, I think it's called, which is basically like a student version of a tablet. It's smaller screen. I think it's around 6 or 7 inches.
What's the capacity? The hard drive.
I think it's about 32 gig or
16.
I don't remember the exact specs. I should have written it down.
Anything over 8, I think, is respectable.
Yeah, it comes with the stylus, and there's another peripheral object, which is kind of like a dumb phone, which connects via wireless to the tablet. So you just basically use that device to make phone calls, and then you use a tablet to do tablet stuff.
Yeah, but can you hook that up to your own phone?
It basically becomes your phone. It's gonna be kind of like a 3G device. It's an option. I think it's an option, not necessarily. You can buy it by itself, or you can buy a package where it has a phone that comes with it, so it can be your portable computer, tablet, and a phone.
Yeah. I think the
triple threat.
I don't know, man. We've seen a lot of products do jack of all trade type of deals.
Usually they're pretty shitty.
Where they try to be a phone. For first generation, not talking about later generations like the Droid or the iPhone right now, but first generation of anything where they try to do jack of all trades, they're jack of all trades, master of none, and everything they do is always below average.
Mediocre at best.
Exactly. So, that's.
You can say the same thing about a smartphone. You can't even make a phone connection with an iPhone for more than 3 minutes on the
my G1 that I bought day one doesn't drop calls. Love it. It was a first generation Google phone.
Right.
First Tab Droid. Love it. Love it. So there are certain devices, and that wasn't, and while that was Google's first phone out there, it wasn't the first generation. They saw what other people have done and learned from those mistakes. So.
Yeah, whereas my Motorola Droid, I drop calls all the time, and it's on the Verizon network. So
Whoa.
This goes to show you, yeah, I can't even make a phone call in my apartment, which is for various reasons, obviously, but it's not just here; it's other places.
Faraday cage. If you live in, if
we're definitely in the dead zone here.
Yeah, if you're in any New York City apartment, yeah, you're in a Faraday cage.
Or in someone's basement that I know.
Anyone's basement, virtually. The alternative is to buy one of those cell phone wireless routers where you can use that as your base station. But I'm not going to spend $300 just on that. It's just
my friend did, but then again,
paying them to use your Wi-Fi. I find that that's
you're paying them to have your own base station.
Yeah.
But you're using your Wi-Fi though. Like, why are you paying them to use your own Wi-Fi? It's crap.
I actually think the best way to go is to have a phone that's as simple as possible and have a device that can do all the computing anywhere you want. Because eventually the computing is going to overtake the calling capability, and you're going to be able to do as much computing as you want, but you're not going to make any phone calls. Not because you don't want to, because you can't. Most of the time, my phone's lagging, and I can't even get things to work.
And that's not even considering the battery life on that. Now that you sat on the train, used up most of your battery life listening to like an MP3 player
while playing Sudoku,
while playing like Angry Birds, Sudoku, what other games they have. And now when it's time to make a call, you look at your phone, 15%. Wow, how did that happen?
That's actually pretty generous.
That's true.
Dude, I have gone 100% on my phone to 0 in one 90-minute train ride, 190-minute subway ride.
As soon as you have that screen on, you kill the battery.
I was listening to MP3s. I was playing Sudoku, and it was like red, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not making any calls until I get home.
Definitely. So I think we kind of went through the tablets versus PCs. So I guess the summary would be PCs still have the full functionality for most people. Maybe a Mac if you don't care about a lot of enterprise type applications, and Apple's starting to catch up in the application market anyway on Windows. But Windows has a lot more developers right now.
For the business side, Windows is always going to win because that's their focus. That they don't care about the end based consumers.
Yeah, but Apple.
That's not true. They do care about the consumers.
They do, but Apple kind of gives you like a lot of stuff right off the bat. Like when you first get your device, it comes with a lot of software where with Windows you would have to download a lot of it.
But it's available. It's just that you'd have to find it. But anyway, I think we're all in agreement that laptops are still the king of the hill.
Power supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
For now, but like I definitely see hope in the tablet market, and I really want them to go where I was mentioning before, where there's no differentiation functionality-wise or battery life-wise between a laptop or a tablet. That's where I want.
Fight Night Champion just came out Wednesday, I think.
Tuesdays. Games come out Tuesdays.
Depends on... No, actually, that's not necessarily true. They come out different days of the week. It does. It depends on the company.
Changed it?
Yeah, it's not always a standard day. Sometimes people break the norm. Lies. It happens. It happens.
Picture of head explosion.
That's right. Fight Night Champion. It's a good game. My wife played it. I played it as well, and I have some notes to make about this. Just a little summary. So
some notes.
It's a short page summary, or we talk
single spaced. It's 2/3 of the page single spaced.
Double space between paragraphs.
Or 3/4.
So this is the fifth game. This is the fifth game in the Fight Night series, which has been very popular for boxing fans everywhere. So there are some changes that are noteworthy between Fight Night Champion and the previous release, Fight Night 4. When